Cynthialoowho here. I'm going to show you how to make some metal corners. Unfortunately, I just made one and then my camera wasn't recording, so I got to do it again. Okay, anyway, so this is the one I just made. And I'm using metal tape. And then I'm also going to use these metal sheets that I got at Hobby Lobby. There's 12 sheets in a pack. It's the back's self-adhesive. And then they're 4" by 12". Okay, so that's what you'll need. You'll need either metal tape, metal sheets, or rub and buff, or metal mixatives to get the look that you want, depending on what you have. And then some border punches, and I have a few here, and some cardstock. You don't want anything too thick because you want your border punches to be able to go through it. Okay? And then I also have this just because one of them I might need to pop a little center out of. Even though this is just so darned cute, I could go in there with this before I would have closed this off. I could have popped that out. Okay, so I did that with this one, so I'm going to do this with a different one. And I'm going to use the metal tape, and I used the metal tape on that one. So I cut my cardstock out at 2 by 2, 2 inches by 2 inches, and now I'm just going to cut off a piece of tape which looks about close to me. I'm going to eyeball it. And if one side's messed up, that's the side I will use to cut out with a border punch. I love these metal corners because you can put them on so many things to add some really rich detail. Now, if you're not going to use an embossing folder on it, you might want to run it through your cuttlebug or whatever die cut machine you have just to smooth it out. But since I'm just doing a tutorial, I'm not going to be using these, so I'm not really worried about that. So now I'm going to use that edge to cut my corner off of when I do use the border punch. I'm going to score this just about 1/2 inch on 2 sides. I can find my scoring blade. There it is. So I'm going to go just about to 2 inches and score. So now I have this, and now I'm going to put my cutting blade back in, and I'm going to make sure that this line and this line of each corner line up, and I'm going to cut that off. So this is what I have now. I have it scored here and here. Now I'm going to take a border punch, and I will just use this one, and I'm going to make sure that it's even when I put it in here. Make sure you're using a strong border punch or some material that's not too awfully thick, so it's not. Okay, so now I have this. And now I'm going to trim off this edge here and just kind of round it so it looks like part of the design. And depending on where it's going to fold. And then I'm going to take my flower punch, and I'm just going to punch it right there, so it opens up the center a little bit. And now I am going to cut where I scored it. I'm going to cut on one side to where the lines meet, and then I'm going to cut from corner to corner and cut that out. So now I'll score my fold line, and then hot glue that together, and then there's a corner. I do not like this glue gun. the little trigger isn't very smooth. It kind of jumps on you. And see, my $2.47 glue gun was just fine. Okay, so there's a corner, and you know I didn't get the tape all the way, but I wasn't really worried about it. There's another one, and now I'm going to make one with the metal sheet. So I'm going to cut a 2" by 2" piece off. I don't know why it did that. That's kind of weird. I'm not very happy with that cutter either. I like the rotary one. I don't ever have problems like that with the rotary one. But it's so big. And then with the rotary one, I don't think you can use it to score. And I needed it to score too, so just going to have to deal with it. Okay. So now I'm going to score this one. So it's straight for my border punch. Now right now, since I didn't do the embossing folder, well, I'll do it after I punch it. Let's see, let's do this one. Aww, well, I'll just cut it. So that's kind of the way it was supposed to be. But not really, because it's not. It's kind of ugly. But now I know that that punch doesn't like to go through that metal. And so now I'm going to put it through my cuttlebug with sizzix facing down, and I want it to be like right there. No, right. Let's pick right there. Okay. Okay, so that's what we got now. And now, where I scored it, I'm going to cut the line to where the lines meet, and then cut there. Another one. Yeah, I would have to mess up on the next one too, unless it wasn't so obvious. So there's another one you can do with the metal sheeting, and I love this metal sheeting. And of course I would distress that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make a corner with rub and buff. And first what I'm going to do is score it in the same place. And I'm going to punch it with this one. Oh, I have to cut it. I forgot. This one embosses and punches. It's a Fiskar stamp, and it doesn't have a name on it, but I love this stamp, this punch. So I'm just going to try to make sure it's even. It's kind of hard to tell with this one. So let's see, make sure that corner comes out right there. Oh, it tried to move. And now I'm going to cut this with the little angle. And actually I think I'll use metal mixatives because I think more of you out there have metal mixatives. This stuff's really hard to get off your craft mat, and it's actually hard to get off of anything, so I try not to get it on. anything. I didn't need to do that corner, but oh well. Oh, and a little plug for myself. I have metal mixatives in my store on my website. Okay. Okay, it's dry enough, so now I'm going to cut it on the score line. And I'm going to fold on my score lines. And this little guy needs some help folding, and then I'll do it. So there's a few different corners, metal corners you can make for your projects. I hope you like this tutorial and try it, because it is fun to add just little ornate metallic designs and little embellishments to mini albums and layouts and boxes and all that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Okay, love you all. Bye-bye.